Spoilers. Hey y'all! So today I'm going to be sharing my quick thoughts on Scratchman by Tom Baker and James Goss and a little bit of Ian Marter. I'm sure you all know the background of this book, so I'm not going to bother explaining it. If you don't know it, then there are plenty of other videos on the internet that explain it far better than I ever could. So let's just dive straight in. I'm going to discuss the elephant in the room first, which is the fact that the book is written in the first person. I think this was a very risky move, as the Doctor's mind is a very strange place, especially the Fourth Doctor's. I think one of the most interesting aspects of the show is that the Doctor is still, after all this time, mostly a mystery. We know what he is and how he is, but we still don't fully know what goes on in that head of his. So when I found out the book was in the first person, I did get a bit nervous. I only actually found out the day before I bought the book that it was written in the first person. But that being said, there is one man who could write from the perspective of the Fourth Doctor, and that is the Fourth Doctor, or, as he's credited on the book, Tom Baker. I think if this book had been just James Goss, or Gareth Roberts, or any other writer, it would have felt a bit wrong. I'm sure they would have done a splendid job, but Tom Baker just is the Fourth Doctor. I don't think anybody else could have really captured the character like he can. Still not a big fan though. I don't know what it is, it just doesn't really work for me. It does make sense in the context of the story, however, because it is supposed to be the Doctor recounting the story to the Zero Nun and the Time Lords, although the scenes with the Time Lords are in the first person too. Tom Baker's writing also feels a lot like toned down Douglas Adams, which isn't a bad thing. It's just an observation. The book is, of course, actually two books, The Long Night and Scratchman. They're both basically the same length, with the actual book being split almost perfectly in half, but The Long Night feels so much, well, longer. I don't know if it was just me, but some of the scenes just really dragged, especially the stuff with Sarah Jane in the TARDIS. There is a very nice moment at the end of The Long Night, however, when the true villain shows his face. The Cybermen? Yes, the Cybermen appear in this, because why not, I guess? Interesting point, their mouths light up blue when they speak. I'm kind of surprised at that because that's a very new series thing to do, and this book seems to be going very 70s. But hey ho, I'm just focusing on things that are fairly insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Same could be said for the Cybermen themselves. They don't do an awful lot, but there is some pretty nice imagery of them emerging from the water, and the Cyber Leader does have some nice moments towards the end. The real villain, Scratchman, does appear a few pages later, and he's pretty cool. He shares some nice scenes with the Doctor, where he has a cheeky wee smoke, and they have an interesting conversation about fear and death and all that fun stuff. There's the infamous pinball scene and some other very creative action scenes, but I feel like they're a bit too visual, and they would make for some amazing scenes in a movie, but they don't quite work in book form. I did feel a bit lost at times, but the descriptions were fairly good for the most part. In the end, the Doctor defeats Scratchman using fear, which is a nice bit of irony, and there's a wee cameo from the first three Doctors. Fair enough, I guess. The Doctor and Co whiz off and the hellish dimension collapses for good. Jaffa Cake break. But the book's not done yet. We get a nice moment where the Doctor just leaves the Time Lords and nobody tries to stop him because he's just that cool, and the TARDIS gang get back to playing rounders. And then the 13th Doctor shows up. I don't know if I'm missing something here. Why was she there? I feel like I'm missing something, but at the same time I don't know what I'm missing. Help. Why is she there? Side note, is Tom Baker the first Doctor actor to write for another Doctor? That may not be right, but, you know, can't think of very many other Doctor actors who've written Doctor Who things. And if they have, it's probably for their Doctor. Nice job, Tom. He did the first three Doctors as well. He wrote for 5 Doctors in one book. Good on you, mate. We then get a note from the Doctor, a tribute to Good Egg Ian Marter, and a note from Sarah Jane Smith. Then, the book ends. So what do I think of Scratchman overall? It's alright, isn't it? I know that the book has gone down really well in the Doctor Who community, so I think I'm the odd one out here, but I just didn't think it was that amazing. It was good, don't get me wrong. It was good, don't get me wrong, it's a darn good book. But something just didn't work for me. I don't know if it was the first person writing or what, but something just wasn't quite right. You can tell that Tom had a load of fun writing this, and that's great. I would still recommend this to people who haven't read it, as it is good fun, but I think I'm just a wee bit too picky. So, have you read Scratchman? What do you think? Do you like it as much as other people? Or do you think it was a bit iffy, like me? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the future. Laugh hard, run fast, and be kind. Bye bye! Don't know what I was doing there.